On a fateful Saturday that will be seared into the memories of fans and industry insiders alike, the world of R&B and soul was rocked by a devastating tragedy. Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone, a true musical icon whose soulful voice and powerful presence inspired millions, lost her life in a fatal car crash at the age of 63. The incident, which occurred while Stone and her band members were en route to Atlanta following a performance in Mobile, has left a void that will be felt deeply across the music industry, among her devoted fans, and within the hearts of her loved ones. Late Saturday, tragedy struck as the van carrying Angie Stone and her band was hit by an 18-wheeler truck. Witnesses report that the collision was sudden and violent, and impact so forceful that it caused the vehicle to flip, trapping those inside in a scene of chaos and disbelief. According to a statement released by independent label SRGILS, which represents the artist, the accident unfolded in a matter of seconds, leaving emergency responders racing against time. Stone's longtime manager, Walter Millsap III, confirmed to the Associated Press that the collision was catastrophic, marking one of the darkest nights in the music world. In the aftermath of the crash, investigators began piecing together the chain of events that led to the tragedy. Initial reports suggest that the van was traveling on a busy highway when an 18-wheeler laden with heavy cargo failed to maintain control and collided head-on with Stone's vehicle. The force of the impact not only caused the van to overturn but also resulted in severe structural damage, making rescue efforts both urgent and perilous. Despite the rapid response of emergency services, it soon became painfully clear that Angie Stone had succumbed to her injuries. The loss of Angie Stone has reverberated far beyond the confines of the accident scene. In a public statement shared by the SRG Group, Stone's children, Diamond and Michael Archer, expressed their profound sorrow and disbelief. "Never in a million years did we ever expect to get this horrible news," they said. "We are still trying to process and are completely heartbroken." Their words, laden with grief and shock, encapsulate the overwhelming sense of loss felt by a family whose life was forever altered by this unimaginable tragedy. For those who knew Angie personally, the shock has been equally devastating. Friends, colleagues, and fans have taken to social media and news outlets to express their sorrow and share memories of a woman whose music transcended generations. Tributes have poured in from all corners of the globe, with fellow artists, industry veterans, and admirers hailing her as a trailblazer who broke barriers and paved the way for future generations of R&B and soul musicians. Angie Stone's journey to stardom is a story of passion, perseverance, and undeniable talent. Born in Columbia, South Carolina, on December 18, 1961, Stone embarked on her musical career at a time when the industry was rife with challenges for black artists. Her early years were marked by determination and an unwavering belief in the transformative power of music. In the late 1970s, she began performing as part of the hip-hop trio The Sequence, a pioneering group that would help lay the foundation for future R&B and hip-hop artists. After the breakup of The Sequence in 1985, Angie Stone continued to forge her path in the music world by joining the R&B group Vertical Hold in the early 1990s. This period of collaboration and experimentation allowed her to hone her craft, developing a distinctive sound that blended the raw emotion of soul with the contemporary flair of R&B. It was during these formative years that Stone began to garner attention not only for her vocal prowess but also for her ability to convey deep, personal narratives through her music. As a solo artist, Angie Stone's career blossomed. With a string of hit singles, critically acclaimed albums, and multiple award nominations, including 3 Grammy nods and 2 Soul Train Lady of Soul awards, she established herself as one of the leading voices in R&B. Her music resonated with fans of all ages, touching on themes of love, heartbreak, empowerment, and resilience. In addition to her musical accomplishments, Stone also ventured into acting, most notably appearing in the popular UPN sitcom Girlfriends, where she not only acted but also lent her voice to the memorable theme song that became synonymous with the show. Throughout her career, Angie Stone was not just a performer, she was a storyteller, a cultural ambassador, and an advocate for the richness of black musical heritage. Her soulful ballads, upbeat anthems, and heartfelt lyrics spoke to the struggles and triumphs of everyday life. In a genre that has often been defined by its emotional intensity, Stone's voice carried both the weight of personal experience and the universal appeal of hope and perseverance. Her ability to blend traditional R&B with modern influences helped pave the way for a new generation of artists who continue to draw inspiration from her work. For many, Angie Stone was a beacon of authenticity, a reminder that true artistry lies in the ability to express one's truth without compromise. As fans revisit her timeless hits, they are not only reminded of her musical genius but also of the resilience and passion that defined her life and career. In the wake of this heartbreaking incident, investigators have been working tirelessly to determine the precise cause of the crash. Preliminary findings indicate that the van carrying Angie Stone and her band was traveling at a moderate speed when it was struck by an 18-wheeler. Experts suggest that factors such as driver fatigue, mechanical failure, or adverse weather conditions could have played a role in the accident. However, as investigations continue, authorities remain cautious about drawing definitive conclusions. The collision, which caused the van to flip violently, resulted in a chaotic scene that left little room for survival. Eyewitnesses describe a moment of sheer terror as the massive truck collided with the smaller vehicle, sending it careening off course. Emergency responders arrived on the scene within minutes, but despite their valiant efforts, the injuries sustained by Angie Stone were too severe. The tragic nature of the crash has prompted renewed calls for improved road safety measures, particularly for vehicles carrying performers and tour crews on long journeys between cities. News of Angie Stone's untimely death sent shockwaves throughout the music industry and beyond. In the hours and days following the accident, tributes and condolences poured in from colleagues, fellow musicians, and industry insiders. Prominent figures in the world of R&B and soul expressed their sorrow and paid homage to a woman who had given so much of herself to her art. Many of these tributes highlighted not only her musical accomplishments but also her impact as a mentor and inspiration to countless emerging artists. In interviews, industry veterans recalled the first time they heard Stone sing, an experience that left an indelible mark on their hearts and careers. For many, her passing represents not only the loss of a brilliant performer but also the end of an era, a time when the soulful sounds of R&B could lift spirits, heal wounds, and bring communities together. Within hours of the news breaking, the music world was set abuzz with reactions. Social media platforms became flooded with heartfelt tributes, with fans using hashtags such as #AngieStone, #RBLegend, and #GoneTooSoon to express their sorrow and share memories of the artist's timeless music. Fellow musicians and industry veterans took to Twitter, Instagram, and various online forums to lament the loss of a woman who had given so much to the art of R&B. Prominent figures in the music community described Angie Stone as a true original and a guiding light whose influence extended far beyond the realm of music. In interviews, industry insiders reflected on how her bold, unapologetic approach to music had redefined what it meant to be an R&B artist, paving the way for future generations. The global reaction has been a testament to the power of her artistry, a reminder that while her life may have ended abruptly, the legacy she leaves behind will continue to resonate with millions around the world. While the details surrounding the car crash remain under investigation, the available reports paint a grim picture of that fateful day. According to the independent label SRGILS and statements from Stone's longtime manager Walter Millsap III, the van carrying Angie Stone and her band was struck by an 18-wheeler on a busy highway as they headed to Atlanta after a performance in Mobile. The collision was severe enough to flip the vehicle, leaving little chance for survival. Emergency services rushed to the scene, but despite their best efforts, Stone's injuries proved fatal. These harrowing details have sparked discussions about road safety, especially for touring musicians who often spend long hours on the road under challenging conditions. Advocates are now calling for stricter regulations and improved safety protocols to help prevent similar tragedies in the future. While no one can undo the loss of a beloved icon like Angie Stone, these conversations may pave the way for meaningful changes that protect the lives of those who dedicate themselves to the arts. As we grapple with the immense loss of Angie Stone, it is important to consider how her life and career will continue to influence the world of music and beyond. Her innovative approach to R&B, her fearless exploration of personal and cultural themes, and her commitment to artistic authenticity have all left an indelible mark on the industry. Future generations of musicians will undoubtedly draw inspiration from her work, striving to embody the same spirit of passion, resilience, and creative freedom that defined her career. Moreover, her tragic passing serves as a reminder of the need to support and protect those who bring beauty and truth into our lives. As the music community comes together to honor her memory, there is a growing call for increased awareness of the challenges faced by touring artists, from the physical toll of constant travel to the emotional weight of performing for millions. In remembering Angie Stone, we also acknowledge the sacrifices that many artists make in pursuit of their craft and renew our commitment to ensuring that their contributions are valued and safeguarded. Over the decades, Angie Stone's music has served as a powerful vehicle for social change and personal empowerment. Her soulful ballads and upbeat anthems provided a soundtrack for the struggles and triumphs of everyday life, resonating with audiences from all walks of life. In a time when the world is increasingly divided by cultural and political differences, her voice offered a unifying force, a reminder that, at its core, music has the power to heal, to inspire, and to bring people together. Critics and fans alike have noted that her songs encapsulate the essence of the human experience: love, loss, hope, and the relentless pursuit of justice. As we reflect on her career, it becomes clear that Angie Stone was not simply a performer, but a storyteller whose narrative transcended the boundaries of genre and geography. Her music was a call to action, an invitation to embrace our shared humanity and to work together for a better future. S of Angie Stone marks the end of an era, but her influence on R&B and soul music will continue to reverberate for generations to come. As new artists emerge and the musical landscape evolves, her legacy will serve as both a benchmark and a beacon, a reminder of what can be achieved when one dares to be authentic, innovative, and unafraid of vulnerability. Future musicians will likely cite her as an inspiration, not only for her vocal talent but for her courage in addressing themes that many shied away from. Her willingness to tackle difficult subjects, to express deep emotion through her music, and to maintain her integrity in an industry often dominated by commercial pressures, will remain a guiding light for those who follow in her footsteps. In the wake of this unfathomable loss, the outpouring of love and remembrance for Angie Stone is both a testament to her impact and a solemn reminder of the fragility of life. As fans gather to share memories of her live performances, her heartfelt interviews, and the timeless songs that became the anthems of their lives, it is clear that her spirit endures. Her legacy is not confined to the accolades she received or the awards she won. It lives on in the countless lives she touched through her music, her message, and her unwavering dedication to the art of R&B. Family, friends, colleagues, and fans will continue to honor her memory by celebrating her music and by ensuring that the values she championed, authenticity, empowerment, and resilience, remain at the heart of the industry she so profoundly influenced. The tragic death of Angie Stone is a loss that reverberates far beyond the realm of music. It is a moment of collective grief and reflection, a time to honor a woman whose contributions to R&B and soul music enriched our lives and whose voice will forever echo in our hearts. As we mourn her passing, we also celebrate the legacy of a true musical pioneer, a legacy that will continue to inspire and uplift for generations to come. Angie Stone's life was a testament to the power of music as a force for change, a vehicle for healing, and a bridge between disparate worlds. Though her journey was tragically cut short, her influence remains indelible, a shining example of what it means to live, love, and create with unbridled passion. May her soul rest in peace, and may her music continue to be a guiding light for all who seek truth, beauty, and hope in the ever-changing landscape of our world. If you like this news and want more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. Until next time, sensationalist family.